yet another dramatic development, the country's political dynamics took a U-turn as the Supreme Court scrapped the unification of the erstwhile CPN-UML and the Maoist Centre. The Apex Court ruling has divided the ruling party as the former CPN-UML and the erstwhile Maoist Centre. There were more dramas to unfold as lawmakers of the Dahal Nepal faction walked out from the House session that convened yesterday itself, while the lawmakers of the main opposition, Nepali Congress, obstructed the House session. Good morning, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. The Supreme Court rules in favor of Rishi Ram Katel in the Nepal Communist Party's legitimacy case. The verdict says CPN-UML and Maoist Centre exist as separate parties. Lawmakers of the Dahal Nepal faction boycott the meeting of the House of Representatives, raising questions on the legitimacy of the government. House meeting deferred until Wednesday. China refutes allegations of genocide against Muslim ethnic Uyghurs. Chinese claim comes against growing evidences of abuse. And Manchester United ends City rivals' unbeaten streak of 21 matches in English Premier League. Real and Atletico Madrid settle for a 1-1 draw in Spanish La Liga. The Supreme Court has ruled in favor of Rishi Ram Katel in the Nepal Communist Party's legitimacy case. With the verdict of the Apex Court has revoked the decision of the Election Commission to recognize the unification of the then CPN-UML and the Maoist Centre. The joint bench of Justices Ram Kumar Shrestha and Kumar Regni overturned the decision of the Election Commission to recognize the Nepal Communist Party after the unification of the then CPN-UML and Maoist Centre. Both the parties had united on 17th of May 2018 to form Nepal Communist Party. However, a party having the similar name led by Rishi Ram Katel was already registered at the Election Commission. Katel had knocked the Apex Court, challenging the Election Commission's decision to recognize the unification of the two parties. The Supreme Court verdict ruled in favor of Katel, citing that the CPN-UML and the Maoist Centre will now exist as separate parties. The first meeting of the reinstated House of Representatives remained tumultuous yesterday. The disgruntled lawmakers of the ruling Nepal Communist Party questioned the party affiliation of the incumbent government, while the opposition parties chanted slogans against the government's attempt to table ordinances. As Parliament session commenced, Speaker Agni Sapkota hailed the Supreme Court's verdict of annulling the government's unconstitutional move of dissolving the lower house. During the House proceeding, lawmakers from the Dahal Nepal faction challenged the legitimacy of the government and the Prime Minister. They later boycotted the meeting, expressing their discontent over the inclusion of the agenda to table ordinances at the Parliament. The opposition parties, including the main opposition, Nepali Congress, also sloganeered against the ordinance on constitutional appointments tabled by the government in the Parliament. The first meeting was then adjourned by 10 minutes after lawmakers from the ruling party and the main opposition party obstructed the Parliament proceedings. However, the meeting was later deferred until Wednesday as political parties failed to make a consensus. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the residents of Gorkha and Pachthar districts what should be done to resolve the ongoing political stalemate in the Parliament. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सर्वोच्च अदालतबाट जुन चाहिँ पुनर्स्थापनाको लागि चाहिँ फैसला पनि भएको अवस्थामा प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूले चाहिँ अब नैतिकताको आधारमा पनि स्वयंले राजीनामा दिएको अति उत्तम हुन्थ्यो।
नेकपालाई चाहिँ जनताले जनमत दिएको हो। जनमतको कदर गर्दै फेरि नेकपाका नेताहरू फेरि पनि एकै ठाउँमा राजनीतिक मूलधारमा आएर यही सरकारलाई निरन्तरता दिनुपर्दछ।
सत्ता पक्षले अब पदको लोभ नगर्दा हुन्छ। यो सम्पूर्ण काम चाहिँ यो सत्ता पक्षले गर्दा भएको।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. question: how will the current political situation move ahead? Your options are A, take a clear direction, B, bring instability, and C, depends upon behavior of leaders. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time now for our special segment of The Beat. A book corner has been made mandatory in all the classes at schools in the country in a bid to promote reading culture among the young minds. The government has been releasing significant amount of money for the establishment of the book corners and increase their volume of books. However, it has come to the light that schools in Dhankuta and Morang have been misusing the fund for other purposes. Bhasa Secondary School in Dhankuta is one such school which has 316 students enrolled at the school, while the government releases around 62,000 rupees annually for managing book corners at its classes. Likewise, Adarsha Madhyamik Vidyalaya in Biratnagar is one of the most popular schools in Morang district. Despite the government funding, the school has not managed book corners. The government has made provisions of allocating 150 rupees per student from grade 1 to grade 5, while the amount is 200 rupees from grade 6 to grade 10. However, the fund has been used in other purposes such as repair works, salaries, among others. The Lumbini Development Fund has constructed a modern cultural structure to prolong the stay of tourists in the region. The structure has been prepared to show the life of Gautam Buddha through the latest technology, laser light. An attractive pond with a capacity of 3 million liters of water has been constructed. The biography of Lord Buddha will be shown using water technology through light and sound lasers. The structure has been constructed at a cost of 220 million rupees in the new Lumbini Gram, in line with the master plan of Japanese architect Kenjo Tange. Gunsa and Olachungola areas in Taplejung received snowfall this weekend. The snow measuring up to 1 feet started lashing the region from Friday evening. The snow has plummeted the temperature while greatly affecting general life. The settlements here are located at an altitude of 3,100 meters. The traditional taps in the region too have frozen as the local residents are compelled to heat the snow to fulfill the need for water. This is Sarah Chitrakar for our special segment of The Beat and Kantipur News Desk. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.